It's good to see everybody again. I hope you've had a wonderful, blessed day today. Been a pretty busy day on our end of the county. I've been dealing with some gravel trucks and trying to get some roads graded and just a lot going on. For our discussion for a little while this afternoon, want us to look at a passage in Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Starting in the first verse, it says, "Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth." Now, I know most of you are thinking right off the bat that this is going to be something that's just kind of pointed to somebody who's younger, and so a lot of people have a tendency just to tone themselves out. Well, he goes on in that passage, start describing the aging process and the things that happen. He talks about having a fear of heights and things of that nature, just things that start happening as you get older. But I wanted us to think just a minute when he says, "Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth," and he starts giving into reasons why. You know, a lot of times we have a tendency to not value the time that we have. Interestingly enough, that I could go up to somebody at this very moment and tell them that I was going to give them $3 million. Sounds good. It's nice. There's only one small problem. I don't have $3 million. You see, the point that was being made here was a simple one. It was, the time that you have, make sure that you're making the best of it when it comes to worshiping God. When he says, "Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth," he's talking to, at the particular time, somebody who's younger and telling them to make sure to devote their life to living for God. We've all been young. And you know, a lot of times it's real easy to forget. If you're talking about kids have a tendency to forget that their parents were once young. And being young, we all wind up doing some things that probably were not the smartest things in the world. But when I was talking about giving away something that you do not have, simply put, living for Christ is a decision that each and every one of us has to make each and every day. It's a decision that you don't regret, but it's not the easiest decision in the world to make. But sadly, too many people do not really heed the wise man Solomon's advice here. And the using the time that you have. James goes in and says that your life is but a vapor, is here for a while and then vanisheth away. We're not promised tomorrow. We're really not promised anything when it comes to living here on this earth. But what we are promised is right now and what we have. What the wise man Solomon realized was something that was extremely simple, but yet something that should be able to affect each and every one of us as Christians. When we live our lives, we need to understand that we are only promised what we have. And a lot of times we have this tendency of making plans and we just start looking to the next day and the next week and the next month and the next year. And we forget to live where we're at right now. We forget that today's important. We forget that the things that we've done in our life and the people that we've come in contact with is extremely important. So when the wise man Solomon says, "Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth," well, I'm here to tell you to remember him today. Remember him tomorrow. It does not matter how old you are, because you simply cannot give back time that you do not have. I can no longer give someone the time that I had in my 20s because I'm no longer in my 20s. Nor can I go back and give someone time in my teens because I no longer have that as well. But what I do have is today. And Lord willing, I will have tomorrow. So it's important for us to use the time that we have and make the best of it, and making sure that we're trying to bring others to Christ. Thank you, and have a very blessed week. Can't wait to see you Sunday.